Hi, this is Mark Badasch at Willoughby Heritage Farm. I'm director of the CollinsVille Area Recreation District, and we're at the end of the 2-week project of reassembly of the Gindler Barn, which you see behind us. I'm here with Joel McCarty, director of the Timber Framers Guild, and Rick Collins, founder of Trillium Dell Timber Works. Both of these gentlemen and their respective organizations partnered with us to make the barn reassembly happen. I wanted to take a few minutes here at the end of the 2-week project to just talk about what's been accomplished, why it's significant, and what Joel and Rick feel they and their organizations have gotten out of the project. And of course, this isn't the end of the project for us. There's a lot more to come, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. But Joel, I wonder if you wouldn't mind, and even if you do mind, just a few of your thoughts on the significance of this project as it relates to the mission of the Guild in promoting and really developing timber framers.
Well, let's see. We're educators, trades educators first, last, and always. This part of the Guild that you see on display here is field event based, and we travel around the world developing and producing events similar to this in form and function, but never any two the same. This one was particularly interesting to us because of the age and uniqueness of the original structure. We are devoted to the adaptive reuse of buildings that are old and in the way. In this case, this one was in the way of what passes for progress in the blight surrounding most American cities, and we're pleased to have had a small part to play in its recovery. It was more a relocation and renovation than repair. We replaced an awful lot of this structure that had rotted away. 160 years old, probably, something like that, and given the quality of the work that our people and your volunteers and Rick's professionals were able to put into this, there's just no reason why it shouldn't serve for another 160 years. And I think it'll work pretty well as a platform for your program, as near as I can understand it. And we're pleased to be involved. We had about 15 people on site for 2 weeks. They are escaping as rapidly as they can, but I'm sure a few of them will hang around for dinner and the poem. I know I will. So it's been a good partnership, and I know you and I have been talking about doing another one right around the corner, and I am all for it. If we could replicate the relationship that we've had and the success that we've had here on a smaller scale, on a larger scale, I'd be a happy man. That's the short answer.
I appreciate that. Looking at the Gindler Barn project now from the other end, you know, you were involved in reviewing the proposal and the decision to make this a project for the Guild, and looking at it now with the significant amount of new lumber that had to be put into the barn, do you still feel that this was a worthy project for the Guild to undertake?
Oh, without question. We are focused on the process more than the result. I probably shouldn't tell you this, but we don't really care that much about the building. We care 250% that the experience that each of the constituencies have during the time that we're on the ground is top-notch. And I think we've achieved that goal without any question whatsoever. Although it did rain one day, and I mean to speak sharply to you about that later. But you know, if the volunteers that come from the local community feel that they have some tangible ownership of the structure when we're done, then I've succeeded. If the Guild volunteers that come from as far away as either coast are able to add a skill or two or three or four to their portfolio and to make some new connections in the broader universe of timber framing, then I'm successful. If I partner with the professionals and they don't run over me and because I'm too slow or spending too much time talking about what we do instead of working, then I'm successful. And I think we hit a home run. Thanks to you in part, but mostly thanks to his staff. Let's be clear about that.
But our staff is what each of us is in sum total.
Amen to that.
Without the many people who contributed their time, talent, and truly their sweat, because it was middle of the summer in the St. Louis region is hot and humid. Everybody was putting in 110% every day. If I can now, I'd like to kind of shift over to the professional among us. Rick Collins, founder of Trillium Dell Timberworks. We've partnered with Trillium Dell in the past on our earlier barn effort, our timber frame barn effort, and it was very successful. Rick is a tremendous source of knowledge, guidance, and to a degree, inspiration, because he brings that knowledge in a very helpful way that enables us to move forward. Rick, in discounting the financial aspect of this, since you have a business to operate,
Right.
what do you feel that you and your folks have taken away from this project? Because it was very concentrated and probably more so than you're used to on most of the projects where you don't have an organization like the Guild with you.
Well, absolutely. What we take away from this is what we take away from a lot of things we do, and that's the satisfaction of building another building. And every time we do something, everybody on our crew learns something. And anytime we can interact with the Guild or with the community, whether it's somebody that comes out of the community and works with us, or whether it's a Guild member or something like that, we always learn a little bit more. And in our business, being successful at what we do is really dependent on our knowledge base and our ability to work well and efficiently and be as educated as possible about what it is that we do for a living. So we took a lot of things away from here. Not only the satisfaction of building another building, because that's what we truly enjoy and that's really what our passion is. That's why we do what it is that we do. But we learned a lot too along the way. And that's one of the things that I find that I get a lot out of when we work with the Guild and when we work with communities.